Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Leah and this is my 5-month Roaccutane update. I can't believe that I'm on month 5 already, it's gone so quickly. So in this video I just thought I'd give an update on how my skin is doing and also an update on any of the side effects, what's got better and what's got worse. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So an obvious starting point to this video would be an update on how my acne is doing, and I am so happy to say that I am finally starting to see a lot of difference in my skin. My acne is really clearing up now. I mentioned in my 4-month Roaccutane update that my skin got a lot worse around month 3 and that really concerned me. So I wasn't sure if I'd ever see the day that my skin actually started to clear up. I was really worried about that. I have heard though that your skin can get worse when you go up a dose, so it could potentially have been that caused it for me. But thankfully around month 4 I really started to see some results, and today is the 21st of June, which marks 5 months since I started Roaccutane, and I'm really happy to say that my skin is doing a lot better now. I am still getting new spots, but far less often than I was before. At one point actually, a couple of weeks ago, I think I was spot free for a little while, or at least almost spot free. But then I went back to work after my 12-month shielding period, and within that week I had a great big spot here which is almost gone now, but it was one of those ones again that I just couldn't get rid of. And I came to the conclusion that I think what caused that was the fact that I have to wear a mask all day whilst I'm at work, and I think because I was wearing makeup as well, I think the mask might have been kind of rubbing my makeup into my skin, if that makes any sense. So now I've actually been going to work without any makeup on because I don't really need it if I'm wearing a mask, and it is starting to clear up. So I had one new one there that was quite a big one that kept coming to a head, and I also had a small one here, but generally I'm doing really well. To only have 2 new spots in a week is amazing for me, and like I said, I never thought I'd see the day. So acne wise, the Roaccutane really is finally beginning to work, and I could not be happier with it. One thing that I did notice when I looked in the mirror the other day was that I think my scarring is showing up a lot more than it did at one point. Now I wonder if the reason for that is because my face now is not so blotchy, because at one point not only did I have spots but I also had lots of blemishes and I just looked quite red and blotchy all the time. So it could be that now that redness has gone down, the pigment of the scarring kind of contrasts against my pale skin, so that may be why it's showing up a little bit more. But I do feel that the scarring is very prominent at the moment. I was actually told at my last dermatology telephone appointment that the scarring won't be able to heal whilst I'm taking isotretinoin. So the scarring is likely to be quite prominent whilst you're on the drug, because treating the acne, but it doesn't treat scarring, it just treats the acne. And obviously whilst you're on Roaccutane, your skin's ability to heal is hugely lessened. So I was told that once I come off the Roaccutane, that's when the scars will start healing. So I won't expect the scars to begin to fade until a long time after I've finished my treatment, but I'm really not worried about the scars. Obviously everybody wants to have flawless clear skin, right? So I would like them to go, but I'm not desperate to get rid of the scarring like I have been my acne. I was told that once I finish Roaccutane, over the next year, that's when I should expect to see my scarring really begin to fade. But in general, I've never seen my skin so clear. It hasn't been this clear since I was maybe 12 or something, so I'm really happy with my progress, and I really hope that it continues. So we've spoken about how well I'm doing with my skin, so now I thought it would be a good idea to talk about the side effects. I talked about side effects in my last video, and I do have some kind of updates on a few of those things. The dryness of my skin in general, kind of everywhere, all over my body, is still the same. It's still just as bad, but I am managing it with a good moisturiser, and I did actually film a video about the products that I'm using whilst I'm on Roaccutane, which I'll link in the description. So all the moisturisers that I'm using, you can find them in that video if you'd like to check it out. But that is still the same. It hasn't got any better, but it hasn't got any worse either. I'm still finding scabs all over my body, and I end up kind of reopening those wounds when I'm itching again. So that is something that I really need to try not not to do, but yeah, I'm managing the dryness and with a good moisturiser, which is great. When it comes to the dryness of my lips, again, it's still the same. I'm still having to apply lip balm just as often. In fact, my lips are feeling really dry right now because I haven't applied it for a little while. But I am feeling like when I've been at work this week, I've managed to go a lot longer without my lips really craving moisture like I have been. And I've kind of come up with something that I think could be a reason for that. And call me crazy, but I think it's to do with me wearing a mask all day. And I'm wondering if wearing a mask is kind of keeping all the moisture in. You might think that sounds mad, but I'm convinced that it must be that because it's the weekend now and I'm having to apply it all the time again, but it's only when I'm at work that I have coped a lot better with my lips. So I honestly think that wearing a mask might have kind of, like I said, kind of kept the moisture in somehow, stop them from drying out. I suppose it kind of makes sense, like if you have a plaster on a wound, it's not going to dry out. I don't know, I think that that could be the reason, but you might think that sounds absolutely mad. In my 4-month Roaccutane update, I spoke about the fact that I'd suddenly started getting really bad nosebleeds. It came on suddenly and they were quite bad, and it was kind of debilitating almost because it was happening so often and they were quite bad. Won't go into detail because I know some people find nosebleeds kind of gross, but this month I haven't had any. I've been doing a lot better with the nosebleeds. It seems to have stopped. I don't know whether that's because of a change in the weather, because when they first came on, it was around the time when we had a sudden wave of really hot weather, so it could well have been that made the nosebleeds a lot worse, or it could be because I've been moisturising the inside of my nose a bit more recently. Now you might think that that sounds gross, but that is something that I was advised to do by dermatology to help with the nosebleeds, because that is why people on Roaccutane get nosebleeds, is because the drug dries out the insides of your nose as well as your lips and your eyes. So I'm really happy to report that my nosebleeds have been a lot better, thankfully. I'm really happy about that because it was getting a bit inconvenient. Other than that, I'm doing really well. I'm managing the side effects okay. I haven't had any more problems with headaches and migraines. I have had them occasionally because I get them, but it hasn't been worsened by the Roaccutane treatment, which I'm really happy about. It feels as though life on Roaccutane is getting a bit easier, and I'm worried that that means it's not doing such a good job, or it could just be that I'm getting used to it. Overall, I don't really have anything to complain about. The only thing is the dryness of my skin, which I've discussed all the way through, and it's going to keep happening. The other thing is I'm still getting an itchy scalp, I'm still getting a flaky scalp, which is new to me. I've never had that before. I've always been somebody with really greasy hair, so in a way that's a blessing because I'm not having to wash my hair very often at all now, whereas before I was having to wash it very often because I just looked like a chip pan, which did wonders for my self-esteem. So there's really not much else to report. Things are going really well. As you can see from the pictures that I showed earlier in the video, I'm getting far less spots, but my scarring is quite prominent at the moment. I haven't had any acne on my back or chest, which is really good. Next month will be 6 months, and I'm interested to know whether I'm going to be a 6-monther or an 8-monther, because usually you're on Roaccutane treatment for 6 months, but I was led to believe I would be more like 8 months, particularly because I started off on such a low dose. It meant that the treatment took a long time to kick in for me. So I kind of expected to be on it a lot longer, but at the same time I am seeing progress. I'm a bit worried that next month will be 6 months, because even though in this video I've said that I'm really happy and things are going really well, I really don't feel ready to come off of it yet. I am still seeing new spots, and I'm concerned about coming off it too early and then my acne coming straight back, and then I'll just be stuck. That will be something that I can discuss with the dermatologist on the phone, I suppose. But, you know, I'm trying to keep positive and focus on the positives, which are that I'm finally starting to see progress. When my skin was at its worst around month 3, I was really worried that Roaccutane wasn't going to do it for me. It would be really rare because it does wonders for a lot of people, but I was really concerned at that point. To look back at that video clip and see how far my skin has come. That's something that I need to keep reminding myself of, that my skin is doing so well, and I'm so thankful that my acne is not as bad as it was. Hi guys, I filmed and edited this video on Sunday the 21st of June, and it's now Tuesday, and on the screen here is what my face looks like now. I am putting this down to wearing a mask for 8 hours a day at work, but thought I'd show you because I was talking throughout the video about having really clear skin now, and as you can see, that has all gone to pot. So yeah, this is my face now, and I've got loads of new spots again. Okay guys, so that was my 5-month Roaccutane update. I look forward to updating you on my journey as I go along. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to like and comment on this video because it helps me out a lot, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.